Immortal Technique on DJ Vlad. Dated when? 9 years ago. So, 2013. Here we go. Immortal Technique gets real about the N-word. He gets real about it. Ooh, let's hear his opinion about the N-word. And I know it's not ninja, right? Because, I mean, look at him. I'm not going to go to fat jokes, but come on.
I think, for example, the J-Lo thing is interesting because I've never heard somebody say that Fat Joe can't say that word. You know, I never heard somebody say Big Pun can't say that word.
Is it because they grew up in a certain community around black people, impoverished people, or because they were, darker, a little bit darker color than a white person? And who can say the N-word? What does the N-word mean, right? It's derived from something heinous. Even you say N-I-G-G-A, it's a pretty. Even you say nigga, it's a heinous word, isn't it? It's pretty creepy in its way. Even though it's there's degrees to this stuff, right?
They said they grew up on some nigga shit. Big Pun had a song called that, nigga shit. You know what I mean? Where it was like rib tips and pork fried rice, and he started rap.
Rib tips and pork fried rice, and then what else was it? Was it not Sunkist soda? Was it? Oh yeah. Let me see. Something grape soda, right? Cheese doodles, grape soda, or some shit. That nigga shit. Drinking and then saying not gonna drink again until the next day. That nigga shit, right? That shit. Yeah, he can say it, right? Oh yeah, I think that's called a coon. But it's just so. This country just so fucking degrading and just nasty. I don't give a fuck. Let's hear what he has to say though, because he reads a lot and he knows something about the devil or some shit.
About all this typical shit that people do, and I think that I've used that word to have some camaraderie.
Well, let's be honest. You live in a certain neighborhood, you use it, all right? Just you don't try to fucking explain it. I don't give a fuck.
I've definitely used that word to try and educate people as well.
Wow. Yeah.
To what the reality is.
Yeah, the reality of what? When you use that fucking word, look at you. And I remember him from an interview. He said, "Oh, you fucking idiot. You don't know a person that jumped off a slave boat, but you're gonna fucking talk about how one of the Black Panthers females shot a cop. You're gonna know her name and what the police of him. Yeah, so it's fucking 15, 20 miles from me. And he's all right. Yeah, I get how the media portrays. What about you portraying fucking shit? You fucking idiot. Call me a fucking idiot, puto. Bring those fucking Rage Against the Machine motherfuckers. Go on fucking YouTube, respond a video to me. Let's hear all your fucking opinions, you fucking losers.
I'll give you one example. When I was incarcerated, I had a white cellmate.
He had a white cellmate.
That had.
What was he incarcerated for? It's like, I want to talk about that. Like, what the fuck were you doing, huh? What were you doing in your life, bro?
His face blown off, with a shotgun. And.
Shotgun. He's just trying, just make you feel it, I mean, that's his music. He's just very, he accentuates words, he's an entertainer. Like a lot of people are when they're lying, they're full of shit. But I'm not gonna go to that. Let's just hear what he really has to say.
I remember one time he said something, and I never forget this. He goes, "Damn, they stuck me with all this nigga work today."
This nigga work today. Yeah, I mean, let's say incarcerated and you gotta do some shit. I mean, the way the world is, could you fucking blame him? What was he saying? Like a black person work? Huh? Was he saying, oh, a black person, let's say, I don't know, driving a dump truck, doing landscaping, I don't know, shuffling papers, maybe, doing business. What nigga work? Was he really talking about a black person? I don't even care. The way, if I would have said, oh, that nigga work, that shitty work, like slave work, like, oh, he's the fucking nigga. And, here he is standing up for, the black man, the black community, and it's not just because he sells records and shit, but, that's one of the things, it's like, oh, well, oh, wow, yeah, I'm gonna look into him now. Really?
And I turned around, and mind you, I'm like in the middle, I'm like...
I would like to see how tough he is, though, when he's alone in a cell with some dude that guy's face shut off by a shotgun, like, I mean, it's like, fuck it. What are you gonna do?
At the height of my anger, and I'm incarcerated, and I thought this nigga's been cool with me. Like, damn,
He didn't say about you. I'm not gonna get into that whole race car, but like, and then he's like, did you call me when you all fucking retards? Like, what the fuck? It's like, I'm stuck with a group of fucking morons, and I gotta tell them they're stupid. And yeah, there's probably black people there, so say, you know what he said? Really?
Chilling for like 2 months. Like we got our little system arranged. Like you get the fuck out of the way.
He must be really just sensitive about the N-word, just very respectful individual. I'm sure he just goes a lot, not that he just promotes his music, and he's just very, social about things.
Hey, I need my shit. I get the fuck out the way when you need your shit. So I'm looking up. I turn around like, am I gonna have to fuck you up right now?
I mean, he does have some weight. I don't know if the guy was like skinny, like small and shit, but like, you said that to me, man. Like, we're in jail, man. I'm just gonna spit in your face and make you look like a fucking retard. But if you want to do something, faggot.
What the fuck did you just say, homie? And he goes, I didn't mean any offense. Like, that's honestly how people have always said that. Like, I don't mean it. And I said, let me explain something to you.
And it's like, oh, here it goes with this, he's like, he's like, that's a shit. That's a shtick, for like, that's like a better word, He tries to like educate you, and then he's raise his tone, he's gonna be very subtle. I mean, the guy is a fucking, and his, lenguaje de come payaso, he's a entertainer, he's trying to sell people shit. That's what he does over here. With his fucking, assault rifle, better than assault rifle, military weapon, a shirt, and moral technique. Like, worships fucking, guns and military and violence. And let me tell you, yeah, he is educated, like, at first he read a lot of stuff about history, this and that, but so Zach De La Rocha, and he's a cunt nonetheless.
Brother, and I can't believe I said the young brother, nigga's older than me, but I said to him, let me explain something to you, man.
I don't want to hear that fucking retard shit. Why are you defending, like, certain people's culture, certain people's color skin? Why don't you defend your corny ass? It's like, I get it. It's like, it's kind of nasty if you hear that shit, but like, you really have something like that offensive. If it was just him and you were in the jail cell and you were on the street and you had to argue like that, would he really do it? Or did he do it just to tell people about it as well? If he really just fucking did it just to set that dude straight, why is he even fucking talking about that? Why don't you tell me the history of the fucking N-word? Where does it derive from? I don't know, and not just statistics, because a fucking idiot probably memorizes numbers and shit. And he's like, you see, I never did it, you little faggot. Well, why don't you tell me, how sociology, psychology of human being, why they use the neighborhoods, this and that, you fucking clown. Fucking jester-ass faggot. Oh, and bring the fucking, Pakistani or the Turk over there and, have a fucking real conversation and shit. Feel embarrassed and retarded like you fucking idiots are.
Again, that was just me. I think posturing and talking shit. I think you need to understand something. Is that when your people were out there working in the field too?
I mean, just why don't you say plantation? And also, it's like, why you gotta point to specifically to the field, like your people, like his people, like this dude's like I've been jealous, like 200 years ago, my people like this, like from Ireland or some shit. I'm just maybe Scotland, I don't know. It's like oh yeah, I gotta like get my life together. Like, go fuck yourself, asshole. You're in jail. What the fuck do you care? There's shit all around. You really care about the N-word? Go fuck yourself.
You were poor white trash, and
he was poor white trash. Well, his ancestors were him. And now I watched this already, but I really want to I want to hear him say word for word. Because I really love to talk to this fucking clown over here.
They never looked at you as acceptable to be part of their rich world. As a matter of fact,
he just gets really subtle, just tries to nail in the stake there, right?
They'd probably rather have their daughter marry a really, really rich, dark motherfucker than some broke, white.
Well, I mean, if the guy's rich, why not? I mean, when we think about people's marriage, I could go on. There's so many things I want to say here. It's like, yeah, there's probably people that, black, white, they go for the money. Or maybe people are just stupid like you and shit. Maybe you're all fucking idiots and you play this fucking game. But it's like, they would want to... Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. There's people that just want... The black people, they just want their daughter to marry a black guy instead of a white guy. It doesn't have to be rich, Maybe the white guy rich, the black guy wouldn't be rich. Is it really about money, this and that? Or are you just trying to point out fucking, not narrow-mindedness, a certain word that's used to demean people, and he didn't even use it in the context to demean a black person, I don't think. Or maybe he even did. And you're talking about, a certain thing, like, you're talking about marriage and, how, I say you. He's talking about like he's basically saying, like the black family would, would pick a black guy over a white guy or some shit, because the black guy's rich. Even worse, But it's just so ridiculous, If I mean, can he even use the N word though? I mean, like, I get it. You live in a certain community, this and that, but it's just creepy, And then you're just trying to set him straight and shit. It's like, I don't care about that.
Person like you. I was like, when you were out in the fields being an indentured servant back in the days, you wore a shirt and you struggled in the sun all day. And when you came home, you took your shirt off, and your back was white and your neck was red. And where do you think that term comes from, redneck?
Oh, right. You really just tell him like that? I mean, this sounds so fucking rehearsed. It's like, how the fuck do you even remember that shit? It's like, and then, I would have been like, all right, man, redneck motherfucker. So, all right. So at least I do redneck work. I'm not even going to get into that. But it's like, well, yeah, rednecks. There's Latinos that have rednecks, except, they maybe put something like this. And so you're saying that, and, the guy, his ancestor worked for a living, right? Those were like people that were on the field plantation. They worked for a living as well. Like, what are you getting at? The terms? You trying to hurt him with the term? Like, I would have I was spitting this fucking cunt's face.
It comes from, no, you're a poor white sharecropper. The white master, he doesn't have any redneck. He sits on the porch, drinking lemonade all day, or inside the big house in the plantation. And I said, so since you're out there working for the man, tell me something. Aren't you the biggest nigga in this fucking room? And I was like, right here, we do the heat.
I'm saying that, you kind of, after a couple of hours, kind of would be like, alright. I mean, I'm trying to instigate something here. But it's like, you're right. So, what do we do now? It's just weird. It's like, you jail prison. You're like, listen, let me tell you something, man. Like, it's not like that, I don't think, but, it's kind of like, he's trying to be all hard and shit. It's like, he goes on. And then he talks about, I mean, this is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? It get 1.7 million views. I'm pretty sure a lot of that didn't get from the N-word. People know Immortal Technique, they know DJ Vlad. Let's probably listen to that and just perpetuate this dumb shit. And you're in jail, so, like, yeah, if it was a black guy, if I said, oh, make me do that nigga shit, you'd be like, come on, man. Like, what are you? Alright, my bad. But it's fucking retarded as hell what they make us to do. Right? And it's like, I get it, but it's like, is that your problem when you're in there?
He looked at me and he was like, damn, I never really looked at it that way. And he goes,
he just, had an epiphany, the fucking, the rapper slash scholar over here just woke him up. Seriously, someone really that mean and angry and just, angry just use the N-word. He's like, really, I never saw it that way. This reminds me like a 1980s movie like Police Academy or some shit. It's just like these guys like, really? Like, I'm not saying, I want to get locked up, but like, I don't give a fuck anymore. But it's like, there are different kinds of people, It's just like this guy doesn't strike me as the type that, tries to install values in society, this, that. And I'm not gonna talk about the tour or school he tried to build Afghanistan or some shit after like, those stuff going on in the media. Like, where were you before that even, man? And it's not even about that. It's just like, people do a lot of stuff just to get notoriety, get a pat on the back, and just to be like, yeah, right. So I can see right through that stuff, man. That's a snake in the grass.
I'll never say that word again, man. He was like, thank you, man. I heard that. And what would have been the difference?
He thanked him. He never said, I'll never say that word again. He must have been scared, right? He's going to say it again. I'm not going to, oh, man. I'm really serious, but it's like, yo, thank you. I'll never say it again. You're right. That nigga's an asshole. Like, really, man?
If I had just been like, did you say nigga? Like, he wouldn't have got nothing from that, except we would have both been locked up in the hole. But he learned something from it. And in terms of whether it's V,
yeah, like, I don't know,
whatever her name, V Nasty, or whoever else, I think if you can't talk to somebody about something and you can't have a conversation with them and your immediate response is, I'm going to kill you for saying something, I don't know nothing about you or where you come from, I called that. when all that happened. It's a fact. I called him. I said,
he's defending.
right. And at first I told him, listen, don't stand for that train. Don't do that to yourself. Because there's so many people that will not understand anything about what you're saying. I was like, two, we sat down and we talked about.
Are there people that hate other people based on skin? Oh, you gotta fucking believe it. There's people that hate on you for, like, I don't know, having a brain and mind, let alone having a certain skin color or having their brain and a mind. You know, I'm not pointing out to who really is like that, you know. And, you know, and it's not, and they don't even do it out of anger because they got mistreated. It doesn't matter. Just, you know, they don't see the world like that. They're just fucking evil and creepy. But I don't know about this experience, just that this guy just uses it to his advantage.
How, yes, some people just grow up in an environment where that's all they know. You know? If the situation was reversed though, and people are saying that they only use that term to be socially acceptable, and then when they get involved in anything that has to do with the law, or niggas arresting you, and then you're like, oh, well, you know, you turn into somebody completely different, and it's like, well, no, of course not, I would never do, and you know, you play that white card, then you're a fraud. But if that's really who you are, you're in the police station like, I'm here with my nigga, you know, look at, they adopted you. They brought you into their hood. They let you live. They taught you everything you know. They never got offended at it. I can't tell you how to live with your family and talk with them. What I can tell you is this. If you don't use that word, don't use that as the only option to express yourself about our people. At least learn something about us, you know? Find out who...
Us? Like, you have ancestors that were slaves or some shit? I'm not going to talk about, you know, I mean, maybe he has, like, you know, black relatives, but it's like us? You know, right.
Amongst us was not a nigga. Marcus Garvey, that's not a nigga. Malcolm X, that's not a nigga to me. Martin Luther King, that's not a nigga. Nat Turner, that's not a nigga. You know what I mean? At least learn who the fuck they are.
I'm not gonna say that nigga was smart, because he'd be like, yeah, hey, you know? He wasn't. Oh, he was stupid. Oh, hey, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna make some joke, but it's like, you know, isn't he kind of like goofy?
That's all. That's all I'm saying. I can't tell you what the. You know, I feel stupid. People have an over.
But he admits he feels stupid. Nah, it's too easy. Cheap shot.
They're this.
Someone to think about hockey. Oh wait, me.
Really important sense of themselves sometimes in rap. Like I can make you say not say something, or I can make you say something. No, you can't. You can try and intimidate people, but no one gives a fuck about where you are on the internet now, nigga. This is a whole world apart. I can't make you say something or not make you say something. What I can ask you to do is say, hey man, if you're gonna talk like that and you think you got a homie pass or a hood pass because you know a lot of that don't let you use that word. And
ooh, he almost said it. And what is with the hood pass? Like, do I need to buy a double XL t-shirt and, like, you know, actually, like, you know, be like, no, this is a cornrow hat or some shit, like hood pass, like the way you talk, or maybe just people feel like if you're being disrespectful, angry towards people for no reason, you know. But it's the whole hood pass. I get it. You know, I get it. Some people don't get. There's people that white people that just don't mean any harm. They probably get hurt in a certain area, and what, they don't have a hood pass, or people just robbing people, or just people disrespectful to one another. It's really that the case, you know. And you know, as far as me using the N word, I got cozied up to the ER word now. I'm really friendly with it. I don't give a fuck. When I get me, I let it out. I don't give a fuck.
at least learn something about our people, learn something about our struggle. You can't love.
What struggle, bro? Like, you're the dude that, like, you know, was from the South, like the Incas, Mayas, or some shit. A white dude came over there with a bunch of Spanish people. That's how you came about, right? What are you from, like, you know, España, you know, traditionally Spain? What? I mean, I'm not gonna get into that. Just like, you know, you're like in your brain, you're like, you know, I don't know about your sexuality, but I think you hold different race in your mind. Maybe he has a certain bit of black, but it's like, you know, I mean, people adapt to this kind of, that's my people, this and that. It's like a tribalism on race and shit. That's, you know, that's kind of, it's like a, it's like a tribe and a team. Just that defines racism. It creates a lot more damage. It creates a lot more drama and tension. I mean, there's people that just getting hurt each other for like wearing stuff. I'm not defending anybody. It's like if people just obsessed with this is ours, this is ours, this is our team, and even like the people that just don't look black. It's like I don't mean, how about just I don't know, being honest.
Of this music without loving our people.
And I'm not gonna get into boy, how Tupac said because he's real, this and that. He acts on his, he acts on what he feels, his emotions there. Now he's a sissy and a cunt, by the way, but people took that to the next level either. And it's real. He's real, but he's also tries to be honest at certain times. And I'm not defending. I'm not even going that in your little church of thug life and shit. I mean, people take something good and violate it to your own purpose. And the fact that he mentioned some people that like died for a certain cause. That I kind of think like yeah, it was worth it. People should have those rights. People violate rights nonetheless. I want to know what he did with for being incarcerated. Maybe it was nothing bad, like I don't know, a traffic ticket. Did he make a lot of noise?
You have to understand what we went through in order to get to where we are, and the fact that where we are is not even where we deserve to be in terms of the people that introduced civilization to the world. The first people of every religion, Jesus Christ.
Wait, hold on, let me back that up.
Where we are is not even where we deserve to be in terms of the people that introduced civilization to the world. The first people of every religion, Jesus Christ. No,
are you talking about like Africa?
Unintended. But yes, people learn some about our struggle. You can't love this music without loving our people. You have to understand what we went through in order to get to where we are, and the fact that where we are is not even where we deserve to be in terms of the people that introduced civilization to the world. The first people of every religion, Jesus Christ. No pun intended. But yes. Black Jewish guy, living with his moms.
Right. The mom's part kind of messes me up because now I gotta make fun of them. Yes, I say make fun now. Change. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so like Jesus was black or some shit. Fine, you can have him. No, I'm like, no, already take him. Take him away. Oh. Like, what are you talking about? Like, he was from Palestine. So what, he was dark, and so what? I wanna learn, that humanity is a species, like, differentiate. What Pangea, but that was like millions of years ago, right? And it's the whole history of the human species. But I mean, he's a tribute to Emily, like this is where it all started, and we're now. Well, I don't know, bro. What do you got, to change besides, telling us the story how you were, locked up for something, and you had a altercation in a jail cell.
There were no white people in the area.
Well, I mean, the only white people were Greeks and Romans, right? And Egyptians.
What about Slavs? Were there Slavs? Were there Germanic tribes as well? Did they just come out of nowhere? What's their history?
Yeshua ben Yosef was not a Greek or a Roman, but he knew how to speak the languages. There's a debate now about, there's always been a debate about what language the first scriptures are, whether it's Aramaic or Greek or who knows, but I digress. I just ask that you understand something about.
I don't know if Aramaic was the first language. Aramaic later got pushed aside, and Egyptians they had there was a certain language, and then it just got mixed up, and with dialect, and there's like Old English, Middle English, and the English we speak today.
People. That's all. I can't make you change your mind. I can't make.
You just made the other guy change his mind. No, I'm just joking, but.
You grow up. I can't.
I mean, talk about not like a hypocrisy, bro. But it's like you told a story, you just influenced somebody. Like, I'm not gonna change your mind, but here it goes.
Make somebody more sure. I can't make anybody think
oh, right,
differently.
I'm tell you something there, so somebody understands me out there.
I can only give them a suggestion, and the choice is theirs to make. You can't tell somebody to kill somebody, Glenn. You can't.
No, actually, he probably should. Like, why? I get it. What he's trying to say. You're not gonna change somebody's I don't know consciousness or this and that. Like I probably can't change his mind to like I don't know apologize to me and stop saying some retarded shit like lying. I mean I did a couple months ago. He doesn't give a fuck. So he's right in a certain way.
Tell a nigga that's furious, that has revenge on his mind, you would just say, hey man, is that gonna bring your peoples back? You know? How you gonna, is revenge sitting in prison for the rest of your life? What other options do we have here?
Yeah, I don't think people that do should be like, nah, I'm not gonna, spend my life in prison. I'll probably plan it so they don't get caught. But alright, man.
Let's sit down and talk. If we're gonna go to war, what options do we really have? And then you can put suggestions on the table. But ultimately, the decision is that person's, not yours.
Alright. Yeah, I just, as far as the N word, people use a lot of words, this and that. I get called crack or all sorts of things that aren't even true. It's like, what the fuck, bro? Where are my rights? Where are my rights to get fucking, disrespected by somebody that, is just, is the oppressor? He's just the deviant, It doesn't care about his community or the world. That's what it's really about. I don't care about your lineage, this and that, how, you have certain rights, certain, I can't use your fucking word. Go fuck yourself. Start using it. That word wasn't created by you. It was by his people.